Hello, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, and I am the president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. How are you this afternoon? It is a beautiful day here in Denver, Colorado, and we are certainly getting things done and ready for the holidays. And one of the things, people do frequently this time of year is kind of reflect back on, lessons learned. And we certainly learn in the inventing world the ways to proceed and things not to do. One of the big things this year has been what we're trying to do in Congress on behalf of inventors. So we're trying to pay more attention. One of the really cool things that we learned when we were out there in September was that if you want to have an impression on a senator or a House of Representative, you call them, you call their staff, you call their office. For some reason, it used to be letters or emails. Not anymore. The pendulum is kind of swung back to make a phone call. It's more personal. Well, that makes sense. All right. So some of the things that I have tried to teach inventors over the year has been intellectual property. All right. Your leverage as an independent inventor is strictly with your intellectual property. Do you have real intellectual property? Do you have something that you can file a patent on? Hire a registered patent attorney. I say this all the time. All right. Good licensees, reputable licensees do not license ideas. For one, ideas are like belly buttons. Everybody's got one. They do not license a patent when you did it yourself. I was talking to a lady this morning and I had told her, I said, go out and find someone you can talk to, a registered patent attorney whom you can sit down and have go over your patent and fix it or give you some advice. And then they are your attorney of record. All right. Your registered patent attorney. Stop trying to do it yourself. Legally, can you do it yourself? By all means, you can do it yourself. You can learn how to do it, but there is a reason these people have to pay a lot of money to go to school, and there's a reason why they charge a hefty hourly rate. It's a hard work. And the lady I was talking to, she had no idea of the nuances. She goes, oh, I've learned all about it. I follow it. I talk to her all the time. You still, when you only file your patent, all right, inventors, you tend to, you know what it is, you see what it is, you write what it is. And that is the wrong way to do it. All right. No size in it, no material in it, no industry in it. A good patent is not size specific, material specific, or industry specific. And most independent inventors, the gentleman I was talking to today, very cool idea. All right. But he was specific in his provisional writing. All right. Another one I talked to, he said, no, I covered every shape and size and everything. It's like, that's good. All right. But the nuance is not to write it as what it is, but to bump up against the intellectual property so you don't allow someone the ability to squeeze in there. All right. Maybe a different size, and you didn't see it, but that's what the registered patent attorney gets paid for. All right. So you're not going to do it yourself. Even a provisional application, I get so many inventors that say, well, I did my own provisional. And again, if you are challenged in court, all right, and all of the parts are not there or done well, and your filing date gets thrown out, you lose that year. And for a lot of inventors, that's a killer to lose that year. So when you've got limited funds and you're trying to get a new product to market, you want to do the very best you can to protect yourself. And that means you have someone, a good registered patent attorney, do the filing. If there is one lesson I can impart to you this year yet so that you are teed up for 2020, it is that. That is not where you scrimp. Now, granted, there is an hourly rate involved, and I know some really good ones at $210 an hour, and I know some really bad ones at $600 an hour. This is not the case where the more you pay, the better the job. No, sometimes more is just more, and they want a better car, bigger car. You get to pay for it. All right. So you always ask questions. What I told the young lady this morning I was visiting with. I assume she was young because I could hear babies crying in the back. But what I told her is like, ask. Do they always pre-qualified invoice up front so that you know to expect one? Do they always give you an estimate of the hours? All right, they should be able to. Goodness gracious, I know how much an average task costs for that range, how many hours it should be. Hours, we're talking hours here. They can give you their hourly rate. All right, always ask, do they send random invoices for emails and phone calls? No, that's bad. All right, you can find somebody who doesn't do that. You want to know these things so that you're not surprised or they can eat you alive. Okay, so given that part now, all right, you've got some questions you can ask. Set some parameters. Know what to expect. And then you use a registered patent attorney to file the darn provisional and the utility. Do not, listen to me, do not opt for a design patent when you could get a utility patent. A design is just the way it looks. All right. It's like the gentleman this afternoon. A design patent would not have worked for him because it could look several different ways. He needs a utility patent. Always look at that. All right. And there are some times when a design patent will work, but generally it's working with a utility filing, that there's some kind of nuance if they want to protect that one thing on the way it looks. Well, that's fine. All right. That is fine. But you go out the door to find out whether or not you can file a utility filing. And if not, why? All right. Really big questions. So as we learn things to close out the new year, what are you learning? You are learning that you should never file your own intellectual property. Legally, can you? Absolutely. There's nothing against it. Should you? Not if you want to make any money at this. All right. And for the people out there that say, oh, it's never going to do any good because if somebody changes it 10%, and then they can file around you. No, that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. If you had a registered patent attorney do it correctly, somebody can't change it just 10% and get around you. All right. They're going to be infringing on you. So again, this is not where you cut corners. There are other places where we can squeeze $1 and get a little more out of it. This is not it. If you are going to put all of your financial eggs into this basket of trying to tee a product up, for goodness sakes, give yourself all the leverage that you can. Right. And this is the biggie, because this is what allows you to claim the intellectual property as yours. It's that straightforward. No patent, no claims, no intellectual property granted. And now you truly are fighting against everybody and anybody who wants to steal your market share. So close out 2019 with learning the most important thing about going to market. Find out whether or not you can file. Then what should you file? And who are you going to hire to do it? My name is Rita Crompton. I am the president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. And the reason I am telling you all this as president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring is that if you come to us and you say, I really want to go through the vetting process, and you have filed it yourself, we are going to, one, ask, can we get a registered attorney in there now in time to save it and fix it? And if not, if it's issued, we wish you the best of luck. We cannot help you. And it's that straightforward. My name is Rita Crompton, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening.